Well, well, well. It seems that Evan was able to reply to my debate. How surprising. The man with the silly beard actually has a mind. Well, Evan, let's go over some of your points, specifically the one about the 545 by 39 in terms of range and trajectory and how that helps in a combat situation. Now, before I start, I want to submit to you this. This is the M1 Garand. It was used in World War II and is chambered in the 30-06 cartridge. Now, guns like this, although not necessarily in semi-automatic form, were very common during the early 20th century, specifically during World War I and to a lesser degree in World War II. But after World War II, it was discovered that most combat engagements only occur at about 80 yards. And guns like the M1 Garand are designed to engage targets typically up to 500, 600, 700 yards. So with that in mind, it was discovered that all that power wasn't really necessary. Now, I'm not making the case that 545 by 39 and 30-06 are related in any sense of the word. They are completely different cartridges. But it goes back to what you were saying about overall accuracy in terms of trajectory and range. Most defensive situations in the United States occur at 3 feet, within 3 seconds, and only use about 3 rounds. While the 545 it's very true that the round is more accurate over range, are you really ever going to need that? Even in battlefield situations. The ranges are typically 100 yards. Even police snipers in the United States typically engage targets in 100 yards and in. So all that stuff about the 300 yard, all that stuff, you know what? It's just poppycock. Pure, unadulterated poppycock. And I am very upset that you are proposing that sort of information on the internet. Because as all people know, anything that's on the internet should be true. Now, I don't want to seem unappreciative of Evan's efforts, but Evan, you need more, or we need more. You've already lost twice, so are you ready to go for a third time? Oh, I almost forgot. God, I'm so silly sometimes. Magazines. Magazines for the AK-47 and the 74. The 74, as it stands right now, summer 2015, is quite a bit more expensive. 74 magazines typically are anywhere from $30 to $40. That's for a good one, not a Crapco. You can make the argument, well, you can get a Crapco magazine. You really can't, and you really shouldn't. A 7.62 by 39 magazine, you can go to those or go to a gun shop, or you can find them really anywhere, and they can range from $10 and on the really expensive side about $60. I don't know why you pay $60 for a magazine, but that's just me. Ask HK that question. Anyway, it's more than just parts availability in terms of bulk carriers and top covers and furniture. Yes, they're all compatible and everything like that. But the most important component of a gun is arguably its magazine, especially if it's a semi-automatic rifle. Without that, you don't really have anything. And you might say, well, you'll be able to eat up the cost, or you can eat up that cost once or twice, and you'll be fine, and the magazines do last a long time. That may be true, but at the same time, though, you can overall buy more of the 7.62-39 components in terms of magazines than you can with the 5.45 by 39. So not only is the range not really going to matter at all in a practical defensive situation, it's also still more cost effective. It still is cheaper overall. Whether or not you're talking about furniture is another story, and some of the parts do interchange. But the magazines, they're not interchangeable, and one is clearly cheaper than the other. So Evan, I think again I've destroyed you, and I am waiting for your, I would say, groveling reply, because that's what it's going to be. And any other point that you make now is just going to just sound silly. This is Dave's world, and you are not invited to the party.